Willow was still at Cameron's house, away from her father, Robert. But now it was Cameron's turn to feel what Robert had felt as Brenda sat in a dark van and looked out the window. The sky began to darken. As the light level in the van started to dim, the uneasiness in her heart increased. Where are you taking me?
Somewhere really, really nice.
Do you know your actions are against the law? There are surveillance cameras outside my office. The police will find you very soon.
Police? We're not afraid of the police.
The kidnapper took a rag out and put it over Brenda's nose and mouth. Brenda knew there was no point in fighting. As the kidnapper pressed the rag against her face, she began to feel dizzy. Seconds later, her whole world faded to black. Jenny had reached Kent Enterprises, but 2 security guards blocked her path.
Miss, please show me your employee ID.
I'm not an employee. I'm here to look for someone. I want to meet your president, Cameron Kent. It's important.
Do you have an appointment?
No, but I need to see him. It is extremely urgent.
I'm sorry, you can't go in without an appointment.
Jenny's frustration was boiling over. She had an idea and tried to get a hold of Martin.
Martin, it's me, Jenny.
Jenny? Oh, the troublemaker from the Martin family.
Listen, I can't waste time arguing. Brenda has gone missing and I think she's in trouble. I need you to call Cameron and tell him to find his wife before it's too late. I'm worried that something terrible will happen to her.
Is this a joke?
What do you mean? If something happens to Brenda and Cameron finds out you've ignored my call, he will eat you alive.
I'll speak to him.
Cameron, did you find Brenda?
Cameron brushed past Jenny and focused on his GPS, determined to find Brenda's lost phone. After walking around for a few minutes, his search led him to some flowers, where Brenda's phone lay abandoned.
She was speaking to me on the phone from here, then she let out a cry and disappeared. Something terrible must have happened to her.
Enough! I don't want to hear you speculate!
Cameron looked up and noticed surveillance cameras.
Luca, take me to the monitoring room, now!
Cameron's eyes were fixed on the rows of surveillance videos before him. Every fiber of his being poured a fierce and murderous energy. Just then, Jenny pointed at a small screen in the corner.
It's Brenda!
Cameron turned his head, his gaze settling on the familiar figure. His hands tightened into fists, his veins bulging as he fought to keep his composure.
Look, Brenda's coming out of the building, taking out her phone and calling me.
Cameron's eyes followed Brenda's movements. He saw the van pull over and 2 men grabbing Brenda. Seeing Brenda like that, Cameron seemed to be experiencing her fear and helplessness personally.
Martin, I need you to track down a van for me. The number plate is...
When Brenda woke up, she was still experiencing the after effects of being drugged, and she felt dazed. She tried her best to open her eyes wide and look around. She was in a small, dimly lit room. Who is it? Brenda followed the sound to the corner of the room. She discovered a little girl curled up. They caught you too? Who are they?
I don't know. I was walking home alone at night when someone suddenly ran up to me and covered my nose with the towel. After that, I don't remember anything. No matter how much I shout, no one comes to open the door. I'm scared they'll hurt me.
Brenda's heart pounded as she tried to make sense of the situation. The people who had taken her were well prepared. She thought it could be a case of human trafficking. Brenda squinted because of the bright light that flooded in. A tall, thin man stepped inside. Who are you? And why are we on a boat?
Don't ask questions. You'll know when we get there. Eat.
I don't want to eat. My family has a lot of money and will compensate you well. Please take me back.
You were brought here on orders from a very powerful man. Letting you go would mean going against him, which we cannot do.
As time ticked by, Brenda grew increasingly anxious. She couldn't afford to wait any longer and devised a plan. Brenda dumped the contents of the bowl in the corner of the room and put the bowls back on the table. My stomach hurts. Can you let me out?
What's the matter? Are you trying to annoy me?
My stomach hurts so much.
Are you trying to play tricks on me? If you don't behave, I'll cut out your tongue.
No, please. I think it was the food you gave us. I need to use the bathroom. I can't hold it in anymore. The man hesitated at first, but agreed to take her to the bathroom. As Brenda followed him, she stumbled and almost fell, but the man caught her before she hit the floor. She cleverly took his phone from his pocket.
That's the bathroom. You have 5 minutes. If you don't come out in that time, I'm coming in to get you. And don't lock the door.
Brenda's first instinct was to call Cameron. but she couldn't remember his number. She decided to log onto a messaging app and message Jenny. The signal on the ocean was weak, and she had problems logging in. 5 minutes were almost up.
Are you done?
Just a minute!
Hurry up or else I'll come in.
With shaking hands, Brenda quickly sent her location to Jenny. I'm coming!
What do you think you're doing?
When Cameron discovered that Brenda had been abducted, his heart filled with rage. He spent the entire night looking for her and was now on a ship's deck on his way to her. Cameron couldn't help but think who could be behind this. He cursed himself for kidnapping Willow, wondering if Robert could be behind this.
Cameron, don't fret. Brenda is going to be all right.
I hope we can reach her before something happens.
We are following her location. We should reach her soon.
I am going to go and check in with the captain.
I know we're not far behind, but I hope we make it there soon. I'm so worried.
Martin sensed Jenny's anxiousness and put a hand on her shoulder.
You shouldn't worry. Cameron will make sure that he gets her back. Brenda is smart and resourceful. She managed to send her location even though she was kidnapped. That's impressive.
You're right.
What's that in your hand?
Before Brenda could react, the man lunged forward and snatched the phone from her hand. Brenda gasped in shock as he glared at the screen's GPS map.
I knew you were playing tricks on me, you witch!
He raised his hand and struck Brenda across her face with a swift motion. She stumbled back, her head hitting the corner of the sink. A streak of blood emerged from her head, and when she tried to stand, the room spun around her, and she fell back to the floor. The man grabbed her collar.
I think you must be tired of living.
Please, let me go. Brenda's hands fumbled behind her, and she caught an empty bottle, gripped it tightly, and swung it at the man's head. She knew he was dead and had to leave. She had only taken a few steps out of the bathroom when...
Hey, what's going on?
Brenda had come face to face with a group of men. The men's eyes roamed hungrily over her body, and she felt a shiver run down her spine.
You're the one they brought over tonight, aren't you?
Let's have some fun! We'll lose the opportunity once we arrive.
The men charged towards her with hands outstretched. Brenda tried pushing them away. Stay away! Leave me alone! Oh, no! Brenda grabbed the railing, looked down at the water, ready to jump if she had to.
This is going to be so much fun.
Will Brenda escape from these lecherous men? Will Cameron make it in time to save his wife?
Hi, Brenda here. Hope you are loving Love Bargain. Keep following us as we release a new episode of Season 1 daily on YouTube. You can jump the queue and unlock all seasons of the audio series by installing the Pocket FM app now. Just click on the link in the description. To watch the next episode of Season 1, tap here, and to watch the full Season 1, click on the playlist.